What's the smallest issue that turned into a huge fight at school? My daughter, Alexandra, 14F, hates any shortened version of her name. This has gone on since she was about 10, and I mean she really hates it. Like, she'll physically cringe if someone calls her Alex or Lexi. The whole family respects it at this point, and honestly, she's gotten really good at advocating for herself. She'll politely but firmly correct anyone who tries to shorten it, which I'm actually proud of her for. She's always been particular about things being right. Her room has to be organized a certain way, her homework has to be perfect, and her name absolutely has to be Alexandra. Not Alex, not Lexi, not Lexi, and definitely not Sandra, just Alexandra. Even her younger brother learned early on not to mess with her about it. He tried calling her Alex to annoy her when he was like 7, and she gave him such a withering look that he never tried it again. She took Spanish in middle school, and her teacher, Senora Martinez, had this thing where she wanted to call all students by the Spanish version of their name if there was one. So naturally, she tried to call Alexandra Alejandra on the first day. Alexandra immediately corrected her in that polite but firm way she does, and Senora Martinez totally got it. She apologized and called her Alexandra for the rest of the year. Alexandra had the same teacher for all 3 years of middle school, so it never became an issue again. Fast forward to high school. Alexandra was actually excited about continuing Spanish. She's gotten really good at it and genuinely enjoys the language. But wouldn't you know it, her new teacher, Mrs. Peterson, pulls the exact same thing on day 1. Announces to the whole class that if anyone had a Spanish version of their name, that's what she'd be calling them. Alexandra's heart probably sank right then and there. Sure enough, Mrs. Peterson calls her Alejandra. Alexandra politely corrected her, just like always, but this time, the teacher completely ignored her. Not even an acknowledgement. Alexandra tried again the next class, and the next. Mrs. Peterson would just steamroll right over her corrections and keep saying Alejandra. By the second week, my usually resilient daughter was coming home visibly upset. She'd slump at the kitchen table doing homework and just look defeated. She kept saying things like, "She won't listen to me, Mom," and "I don't know why she won't just call me my actual name." This is a kid who normally handles conflict pretty well, but she was genuinely stressed about going to Spanish class every day. I am absolutely not the type of mom who fires off emails to teachers over every little thing. I usually tell my kids to work it out themselves or deal with it, but seeing Alexandra this frustrated over something that seemed so simple to fix, I had to step in. Here's the thing that really got me. Mrs. Peterson isn't even Hispanic herself. When I emailed her, her whole argument was that if these kids ever went to a Spanish-speaking country, they'd be called by that name anyway. I found this excuse pretty weak, especially since Senora Martinez, who actually was from a Spanish-speaking country, had zero problem respecting Alexandra's wishes. The email exchange got a little tense. Mrs. Peterson really tried to dig her heels in about it being good for learning and cultural immersion, but I threw her logic right back at her. If it's not that big a deal in her eyes to call her Alejandra, then why is it such a big deal to just call her Alexandra? She eventually caved, thank God. Alexandra confirmed the next day that Mrs. Peterson was finally using her actual name, but now my husband thinks I completely blew this out of proportion. He keeps saying Alexandra could have just sucked it up for 1 year, especially since the school has 3 different Spanish teachers, and she'd probably get someone else sophomore year anyway. Am I crazy for thinking a teacher should respect what a student wants to be called?